Okay, so as you see, I sprayed a red guide coat on this. This is Sunday, August 2nd, by the way. And we've had a little bit of an interruption in the project, so I didn't get done what I thought I had done by now. But I'm just now getting around to spraying the guide coat in red so it's easier to see on top of the black. Now the cab has got a gray guide coat on it, and I wish I'd have sprayed it in red, but since I already got the gray on top of it, I would still have to sand both colors off down to the black primer. So we're leaving that gray, and I'll just have to be very careful and watch what I'm sanding. So what I did do last week was painted the bottom side of it. About 3 coats of Pour 15, sprayed it, and didn't quite have enough to finish the 3rd coat, so I went back over it with some old chassis paint that I had, a lacquer base paint for the top coat. So we got the protection of the Pour 15 under it, and got some regular old chassis paint, which is nowhere near as durable, on top of it, but I think it'll hold up well. At least it's protected. The bed is protected by the Pour 15, 2 first coats, 2.5 actually. So that's pretty much all we got done to the truck. Next thing I need to do, and I thought I would have it done by now, is to start sanding the whole inside of the bed down with 80 grit. Hit it with the power liner, bed liner made by Pour 15. So it's pretty much all the update on the truck. And I'm going to show you what my interruption was. For those of you who watch all my videos and not just ones titled to your favorite subject, be it the race car or the Torino or the 94 F250 Power Stroke, remember I bought a Cub M60 tank. Got it for a reasonable price, and it's been what, 4 years ago, 3 or 4? I'd have to look back at my videos. But I have had no trouble till now. Now this year I did have a starter go bad, and which wasn't a big issue. The issue was getting it to me because there's so much disturbance out there. The postal service is having trouble getting stuff to me. Probably because a lot of areas are torn up or blocked off, and I'm not going to comment no more on that. It's a shame that people who mind their own business have to suffer for the stupidity of others. But what happened to it now is I think it's called a rotary brake drive or a rotary pump that went bad. It was starting to make some noise and getting weak when I made a right turn. See, the left hand side is when you push that handle and make it turn right. This side was fine, but I was starting to hear a noise, and I wish I'd have stopped it then and just jumped on my little 42-inch mower and finished, and then took a look at this. But I was trying to finish mowing, and it kept getting worse and worse, and then all of a sudden it started bogging the motor down, and the belt started smoking. It actually broke the drive belt, and what happened was probably maybe, I don't know if the filter would prevent it, maybe it wouldn't, but I think some metal got into this. This is the actual left hand side drive pump. You got 2 pumps on these things. And I'm learning as I go. I've never worked on 0-turn mowers except for replacing a starter on this and sharpening the blades, but they're not really that complicated. You got, of course, this belt right here drives my blades, and you see the belt that's missing up here, this pulley here. It's actually, that belt goes against the idler, and it goes against 2 pumps. There's the other pump, which is filthy, but working fine. And you can see the right side brake drive. And actually, in that pump, I was able to get it off without removing the whole assembly. I was tempted to drop this whole assembly. I think you unbolt it here. And there's also a bracket up there, unhook your linkages and your hoses. And of course, I would have to take the PTO clutch off of it, which I did replace earlier this year while I was waiting for a starter. And other than that, I mean, this mower is a 2005, I believe. So really, it's not bad. It's a commercial grade, which means it's expensive to work on, but they are tough. And for what mowing I do, it's great. I mean, this thing's meant for businesses. That's why it's commercial grade. So it's meant for a lot more mowing than even I do. But like I said, I've already got my parts ordered, and I took the more expensive but quicker route, hopefully, on ordering the parts. If I didn't have the Power Stroke apart, I would have loved to torn into this assembly right here and that pump, taking it apart and seeing if I could repair it. If I couldn't find a rebuild kit, hunt up all the seals, hunt up any bearings or whatever. I got a feeling that thing just got some metal in it and locked up. It probably could be cleaned out, polished up, and it would work again. But I went ahead and ordered a pump off of eBay. Found one for $497. I know, that's crazy. But PartsTree.com wanted $900 and something for it. Now that there, Parts Tree wanted $1,100. Whole assembly, break and all. I know it's high, but there's another website. Oh man, I forgot the name of it. I'd have to go back and look at my emails. But it was like $1,030, and it was actually advertising this whole assembly. All you do is bolt it on. And like I said, I would love to learn a lot by tearing into these and repairing this pump and that drive assembly. But it's just a time thing. I've got as you can see, I'm working on it out here. It's been raining every day. You can see all the mud. I ended up buying some gravel because I was walling around in the mud to get this thing apart. Even though I'm under a shelter, water runs down through here. I need to do some work to fix the drainage system setup because we're kind of downhill from the back of my property. But that's getting off subject. But as you can see, I was wallowing in mud, and that gravel is to fix that. And like I said, I'm not even finished with this lean-to. I just decided to put all my attention to the Power Stroke. And of course, like you've heard me mention in other videos, every time I make momentum on the Power Stroke, something like this happens. But it's worth it to me to fix this old mower, because I think a brand new commercial grade for this model is probably over $10,000. This one back in 05 sold for $8,900, I think. So there you go. If I were to buy a brand new one or another used one, if you buy another used commercial, you don't know what kind of hell it's been through. So because of time, like I said, I'm just doing the quick and a little bit more expensive route. But believe me, if I paid somebody to work on this, I bet it'd cost me over $3 grand to get it fixed, depending on who did it, because people like to skim off the top on parts and all kinds of stuff. This way, when you learn to do it yourself, you shop online, you end up getting your parts cheaper than some of your dealerships or whoever is doing the work. So there's that. And I think the next thing I want to do, I might take the Torino down the road for a quick little drive, just because this video is mostly a talking video. And as you can see, the 66 F100, I think the keys are out in the garage. The 66 F100 is serving as a storage unit, but it still starts right up. Hopefully the tools won't fly off if I start it. We'll just start up on it and the tractor, which I just started the other day. I had to use it to drag the zero-turn mower in here. That mower weighs 1,100 pounds, by the way. You try to lift up the back end of that mower with the hoist, the tractor rears up. Alright, first start up. 66 F100. I did start it up for the first time in probably a couple months, about a week ago. Can I get in here? Yeah. Let me move this. There we go. And another reason I would love to get the F250 done. I'm anxious to start doing things to this. Alright. And that's how easy she starts. Love this old truck. This would be so fun. I know I bought it. And the years have gone by quick, but it don't seem that long ago I bought it, and I thought I was going to make it roadworthy. a lot sooner than I have. I haven't done really anything to it besides haul limbs in it and just keep it running. I think I set the points a couple times and changed the oil and fixed the exhaust manifold when I bought it, and that was it. We just got it to where it would pass inspection, and it is registered, and I can take it down the road, but I won't go far because that frame is rotted, and we got to pull the bed off and build cab supports, fix the floor, cab floor, and fix that frame where it's rotted. But this would be a reliable old truck. Was tempted to sell it because I've been so long, but no, how often do you find something like this that is just, everything works? Now the radio stopped making any noise. It was always, you could make out a strong station. I thought maybe it was the antenna. It could be the speaker, I hope. It would still light up, but you can't hear any sound out of it now. So maybe it's the radio itself. Could be just a speaker. I just haven't had time. That's just time to hook another speaker up to it and see. But that's the least important of things I've got to do right now. But all signals still work. Everything works on it. Wipers. See, she's dusty. She's dusty. I think it needs a new dimmer switch. Sometimes you, when you turn the headlights on, I think when it's in high beam, they won't come on. And then you hit the dimmer switch a couple times and they'll work. Yeah, I think they go off when you hit high beam. So you can see high beam's on right now. Matter of fact, thing's stuck. Okay, we're in high beam right now. Yeah, it's working right now. Made a liar out of me. Even though it's a rotten frame, I mean, it's a sweet rocket old truck. This is going to be a fun project for sure. And let's start up the tractor, which will be no big deal. I just recently bought another battery, 6-volt batteries. If you don't drive them a lot, maybe if you do drive them a lot, I don't know. Plan on replacing about every 3 years. I need to keep a battery maintainer on it and see. Actually, what I should do is change it over to 12 volt. That's another. That's another future project that I've just not had time for. 12 volt battery, just 12 volt system is just so much better. Cold weather. Tractor still sounds sweet. So, yeah, not really a cold start, just some startups, just to, because I didn't plan on really filming very much work in this video. It's mostly an update video, but I didn't get to drive the Torino. I've been taking the Torino down the road about once a week, and I didn't get to do it last weekend because it's been pouring rain every day for almost 3 weeks now. Let's get the Torino out and take her down the road. I bet you thought I was going to leave you, didn't you? Alright, this time we're just going to go left. Not really a good place where I could do any burnouts or anything fun like that, but you've never seen this part of the area going to left. Of course, that used to be a farm, which sucks. House, that property where the apartment complex is, the farm went all the way down to a creek, which we're going to cross a little bridge named Channel of the Running Creek. Used to be 3 ponds back there, tiny little ponds, about the size of maybe 3 68 Torinos. It wasn't that big of a pond, but it was very deep, had some big bass in it. They filled all that up and ruined it. What can you do? I used to ride my 10-speed down this hill. I got it up to about 40 once. We also used to fish and raid this creek here. Everyone told us there's no fish in it. We found out different. There's all kinds of fish in it. Fairly deep water holes too. Blind spot. Still a decent area down here. They did some developing here too. They got a hold of some property, put a subdivision there, but most of these homes you see right now have been here since I was a kid, over 50 years ago. This intersection, you can see there's way too many cars. We'll go right. That'll take us back around. Just kind of make a circle here. I never did hook it up. This transmission needs a kickdown cable hooked to it, because when I climb hills like this, it stays in high. Probably not good for a stall converter. But since we put the 325s in it, that helps a lot. Here's a subdivision that wasn't here when I was a kid. That was all farmland. Subdivision, used to be a farm. Another one there. Oh, I'm holding it. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. I'm holding the camera and driving. Not good. I got it laying on the dash, but no burnouts are getting on at this time because I don't have my camera mount with me right now. It just fly off the dash. Subdivision, there used to be a farm. Used to be a dirt road back there, and me and a friend of mine who lived on this very road, getting ready to pass the house, they don't live there no more, used to ride dirt bikes back in this area. There's also a couple fishing ponds there. Right there's the house, the one with the flag on it. It don't look nothing like the house it was. The garage is the same. His dad was a mechanic, independent truck driver, and when he got tired of driving a truck, he'd work on cars out of his garage. I learned a lot off that old guy. And when he got tired of working on cars, he'd go back to driving a truck. Then for a while, he had a cool old Ford early 60s dump truck. He made money with it. It had one of those 391 truck motors, FE 390, but they label them as 391s for the truck or service version, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's the same engine. And that guy's dad, he used to have a 58 Ford with a souped up 312 Y block. He had sold all those parts, and the guy's son, who I was friends with, neglected to tell me. I would have bought all that stuff. He had a solid lift cam and a 4-barrel intake. I think it was the actual engine. I'm not sure, too. I think he had the old engine. I would have loved to have bought that. Don't know if I ever done anything with it, but I'd love to just put something like that on a stand and get it running again. That's all I can do while holding the camera. It hesitated. Already been running a while. It needs a tune-up bad. Probably some carburetor tuning too. Just haven't had time to fool with it. Hadn't hesitated, it probably would have spun. Some litter bug left a water bottle here. People disgust me. You know, everybody, you see these people always talk about this climate change. The world's going to end in 9 years because of climate change. Yet they throw garbage everywhere. They don't pick up after themselves. They tear stuff up. Makes me sick. You know, people are such hypocrites. But anyway, we're back home now, and a nice little drive in Torino just to take a break from certain stresses caused by crappy weather and lawnmowers breaking and stupid people doing stupid stuff. So that'll be all of this video, and hopefully the next video I will have that bed sanded down. I might do a little bit of filming fixing the zero-turn mower. It'll be a learning process. I know how to bolt everything up, put it all together, of course. You do have to bleed it and purge it. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think I've already figured out the bleeding. So, Thanks for watching. Mmm.